Good morning, everybody. So I just thought to do a really nice simple stretch that you can maybe do first thing in the morning. I actually thought about this when I went into my 10 days of silence, and obviously the body takes quite a bit of toll for sitting for so long. So simple, easy stretches that you can do first thing in the morning just to obviously get the blood flowing, wake you up a little bit more. Or you could do it in the evenings before you fall asleep, so you can decide what you need to do. You can either sit into your free seat or half lotus, full lotus, hero's pose. I tend to sit in hero's pose a little bit more than usual, only because free seat can get a little bit tight on my hip. So however you feel comfortable. If you need to sit on a block, you're more than welcome to sit on a block. And then just sitting nice and tall into the body. Again, you can sit on your buttocks and you're going to do the exact same movements just on your buttocks. So a nice simple way to just obviously lubricate into the spine, wake you up a little bit. You're going to drop onto left hand, right hand, whichever you prefer to do first. You want to bend the elbow in towards the body, make sure that you're not drawing the shoulder towards the ear, and you're just going to lift up, pushing into the rib cage, pushing into the hip. So we start stretching into the intercostal muscles. Nice and slow, you're going to lift your body up, dropping onto the opposite hand, taking that hand up and over, feeling that stretch into the left side of the rib cage. Good, nice and slow, lifting the bodies up. Again, sitting into your free seat, however it feels comfortable for you. I'm just going to turn around. You can extend the hands out in front of you. If you can, place the forehead onto the floor, great. If you can't, don't stress about it. Feeling that stretch into your back, into the armpits. Walking the hands over to the right hand side, feeling that compression into the right, feeling that stretch into the left. Walking the hands over to the left-hand side this time, feeling the stretch into the right. And you can go as far as you need to go or as small as you need to go, you just decide. Walking the hands back to your center. And then slowly helping yourself into all fours. Again, if you're sitting onto your buttocks, all you need to do is just rock yourself forward, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. And we're stepping the left hand out in front of us, taking the right hand underneath, dropping onto the right shoulder, right ear, threading the needle, extending that left arm above your head. And just feeling that twist into the belly, into the spine, and into your hips. Bringing the hand closer towards your face, pushing into the floor so that you help yourself. So these stretches aren't really for overdoing it. It's just to wake up slowly or to go to bed, relax the body, wake up the body a bit. So take it slow, take it easy. If you feel that it's really uncomfortable, maybe pull back a little bit. Don't go so deep into a movement. Bringing the top hand closer to your face, pushing into that floor. Spreading into the fingers, we're going to tuck the toes under, pushing back into a down dog. And here in your down dog, just walk your legs out. Again, slow movements. Don't rush your movements so you're not doing this with the legs. You're relaxed. You're taking it easy. Good. Pushing both heels closer to the floor if your knees are slightly bent. There's no right, there's no wrong. You're going to glide into a plank position. Feel that you're pushing into the shoulders. And then a strong movement but slow. Drop your knees, drop your hips. Activating into the glutes about 20%, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and all I want you to do is just rock out into the wrists, into the shoulders, and into the hips. Just noticing niggles in the body. Good, and you want to slow down your movement. So you'll feel that Cobra is uncomfortable as it is. But you don't want the brain to be like, oh my gosh, I'm hurting. Okay, it's all right. You'll be fine. Just slow down the brain, slow down the body. And then from this position, I want you to just pull back into a child's pose. Opening up the knees slightly, creating space for your belly. Walk the fingers a little bit further away from you. Drop the forehead or the chin onto the floor. And then again, helping yourself back up all fours. Tucking those toes under, pushing back into a down dog. This time, looking in between the hands, you can step your feet forward. They can be baby steps. One big step depending on your flexibility. Again, it doesn't matter. Feet are as wide as your hips, bending into the knees no matter how flexible you are. Bend into those knees. Relaxing into the body, relaxing into the head. I want you to walk your hands over to the right hand side, feeling that stretch into the left. Again, go as deep as you need to go. Walk the hands over to the left hand side, feeling the stretch into the right. And walking the hands back to your center. And then I want you to open up the feet a little bit more. Going into a Buddha squat. If you have the flexibility to drop the heels onto the floor, fantastic. If you don't, just make sure that the big toe and the baby toe are on the floor. And then again, a nice smooth movement. You can actually just rock out into the legs, rocking left and right. It doesn't have to be anything specific. More free movement than anything else. Good. Coming back to your center, making sure that there's space behind you. You're going to drop into your buttocks. Again, if you don't have the flexibility, use your hands. Don't be like, oh, I can't do that. Just do it the way you need to. So you can drop into the buttocks. Just make sure there's mat space behind you. And we're going to roll back into a plow. Again, if your feet touch the floor, fantastic. You can place your hands wherever they feel comfortable for you. If your feet don't touch the floor, place your hands in your lower back, just protecting yourself. Bend your knees and make sure that you're not turning your head left and right. And we're going to just hold it there. Again, don't panic. If you can't breathe, it does become a little bit more difficult. Close your eyes and just breathe in. Breathe out. Very nice and slow. Place the hands onto the floor. Crossing the ankles. Slowly roll into a free seat. Sitting nice and tall into the body. And I'm just going to move over. So the really amazing thing about plow is it's all about cooling down the brain. So if you're feeling a bit hot-headed because of work or just going back into routine again, it happens. Even if you've just had a really bad day at work, at home, try to get yourself into a plow, try to get upside down. Also changing your perspective, which is really lovely. Majority of my yoga classes I end in plow. And it can be uncomfortable at first, especially first thing in the morning. But do it, it's a really beautiful, beneficial pose for everything. It compresses into the belly, it also stretches out into the spine. Yeah, so ending with that, crossing the legs, sitting nice and tall, and then just taking a few moments before you step into your day, before you go into bed, close your eyes, close your eyes, and then just focus on your breath. Again, it doesn't have to be like I'm doing a yogic breath, gentle breath, that you just notice your inhale, 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out, and the more and more you do it, the deeper you can go into your breath. Thank you so much, have a lovely day.